Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Chaitanya Charitāmrita class. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Bhagavatam Tavadutam Prajana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopikakanta Radha Kanta Namopate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanusate Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Krishna Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Bhashatyade Shatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, welcome everyone. We are discussing from Chaitanya Charitāmrta. We are on Madhya Lila, chapter 11, the Peda Kirtan pastimes of the Lord. So we have discussed so far how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he returned to Jagannath Puri, Prataprudra Maharaj, he wanted to meet him, but Mahaprabhu, he told Sarvam Bhattacharya, I can't meet a Vishayi. If you again tell me to meet, I'll leave this place, go to Alarnath. Then Mahaprabhu, in the Rath Yatra time, he went to stay in Alarnath because he was in separation, feeling separation from Lord Jagannath. The devotees, they went and told that all the devotees from Bengal are coming, so please return. So Mahaprabhu returned back. He met with many devotees, and the description, we heard about the beautiful description of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu meeting all the devotees. Before that, Prataprudra Maharaj, when he sees devotees coming to Jagannath Puri, and he is not taking darshan, they are not taking darshan of Lord first. They are taking darshan, they are going to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They are not fasting, they are not shaving. Tirthera vidhana hoy shaur uposhan. So generally one should do shaving and fast in Tirthasthan, but these devotees, they are not doing any of this, and they are meeting, they are running to meet Mahaprabhu, and they are eating prasad. Prabhura Parokshagya Shauru Poshan, and with Prabhura Sakshat Agya Prasada Bhojan. So the Lord has given indirect instructions to do Shaur and Uposhan, but direct instruction is Prasad Bhojan. Mahaprabhu is directly telling them to take prasad. Prabhupada writes in the purport, generally when people, they do sinful activities, they go to holy place and purify themselves by fasting and shaving. But these are rules for normal people. The associates of Lord Chaitanya, they are liberated souls. They don't go to purify themselves. They go to purify the place of pilgrimage. Tirthi Kuranti Tirthani. And then we heard Mahaprabhu meeting so many different devotees. How he met Advaita Acharya, then Vasudev Datta, and Srivas Thakur, Damodar Pandit, Shankar Pandit, Shivananda Sen, Murari Gupta, Haridas Thakur, all these wonderful devotees, they met with Mahaprabhu. And then Lord, he asked Sarvam Bhattacharya, he asked the temple superintendent that I want a place. to where I can do solitary bhajan. And when Haridas Thakur came to meet Mahaprabhu, he told that you please stay at this place and you don't have to come and because you are not allowed in the temple. Just sit here and take darshan of the chakra of the Lord. And I will come every day and I'll give you Mahaprasad. Then Mahaprabhu, he started feeding Mahaprasad to all the devotees personally. He was feeding devotees Mahaprasad. And he was giving to all the devotees also. He was serving individually everyone very nicely. So we have discussed till verse number 196. We will continue from 197 where the description of prasad distribution is described. So in I think we have discussed the 196th verse. So we'll continue from verse number 197 where prasad distribution is being described in great detail. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he took bath. Last verse described that Mahaprabhu, he gave different orders to different people. So one should not imitate. He gave orders to Haridas Thakur that you please stay and do bhajan here. He gave instructions to Rup Sanatan that you go to Vrindavan and build temple and excavate the holy places and so many things. And then Nityanand Prabhu and all the other devotees, they met Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, he went to take bath next day morning and returned to his residence. And all the devotees, then they also went to take bath in the ocean. After bathing, Advaitacharya and all the other devotees, they returned and they took darshan of Lord Jagannath in the temple. And after taking darshan of Lord Jagannath, they went to take darshan of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at his residence in Gambhira. Mahaprabhu, when he saw all the devotees coming, he made them sit in his place very nicely. And then with his own hand, he started distributing Mahaprasad to all the other devotees. So it was a great ecstasy for Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to feed devotees. Mahaprabhu, he was feeding, he was personally distributing prasad to everyone. And he would distribute not for one person. With his own hands, he would put as much quantity which could be taken by 2 or 3 devotees. He would put in the plate of one devotee. That was the nature of the Lord. Lord wanted the devotees that you eat to the fullest. But although Mahaprabhu was serving, but nobody was eating. Why nobody was eating? Because Mahaprabhu was not eating. Prabhu na kohil khaile keho na kore bhojan urdhva hasta vashirahe sarva bhaktagan. Prabhu na khaye. If Mahaprabhu is not eating, keho na kare bhojan, nobody is eating. Everybody is just folding their palms in front of Mahaprasad and not taking. Because that is the etiquette. Unless the senior person eats, how can the juniors start? And all these devotees, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his pastimes, is showing the intricacies of Vaishnava etiquettes. And all the devotees are also equally in that same mood of following the Vaishnava etiquette. Chaitanya Caritāmrta is a place where we can learn the intricacies of devotion, intricacies of Vaishnava etiquettes, the highest of the Siddhanta, everything. That's why it is called the PhD study of Krishna consciousness. All the devotees, they are waiting. Swarup Damodar Goswami goes and tells Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu, if you won't eat, nobody will take prasad. So please do something. And this Gopinath Acharya, he has invited all the sannyasis and all the other associates of you. If you are not eating, they will also not eat. So please you sit and start eating. Gopinath Acharya is already gone and he has brought all these wonderful quantities of Mahaprasad. All the devotees have also arrived. Paramananda Puri, Brahmananda Bharati, and all the other sannyasis, they have come. And if you are not eating, they will also not eat. So for Vaishnavas, etiquette is very important. Sadhava sadhu bhushanam. The etiquettes are the ornaments of a Vaishnava. Devotees are not decorated by jewelry, gold, ornaments. They are decorated by the etiquettes. आचार करे न कहे आचार्य करे आचार कहे आचार करे ह केह ना करे प्रचार प्रचार करे ह केह ना करे आचार आचार प्रचार तुम्ही करह दुई कार्य तुम्ही सर्व गुरु तुम्ही जगतेर आर्य. Haridas Thakur is telling to Sanatana Goswami, some people they do achar but they don't do prachar. Some people follow the etiquettes nicely but they don't preach. And some people they preach but they don't follow the etiquettes. आचार प्रचार तुम्ही करह दुई कार्य तुम्ही सर्व गुरु तुम्ही जगतेर आर्य. But O Sanatana Goswami, you are doing both achar and prachar. Therefore you are jagatera guru. You are the teacher of the whole world. So therefore a devotee is exemplary. It is not that devotee feels, oh well, I am very advanced now. I have spent lots of time in Krishna consciousness. I don't need to follow the basic principles of spiritual life. Why I should wait for others to begin? I can take the sun. No. Etiquettes are must. Nobody can bypass the etiquettes of Krishna consciousness. They are crucial. The external, somebody will say, well, I feel, in my heart, I have all the emotions. But the emotions should be expressed by actions. That is very important. So therefore, nobody is sitting, nobody is eating. Gopinath Acharya is requesting, I shall distribute, you may sit down. You please sit down, you start taking prasad, I shall distribute with all the other devotees. Mahaprabhu, he sat down, but very carefully he told, you please give this Mahaprasad to Haridas Thakur. So Mahaprabhu was personally taking care of Haridas Thakur. In spite of all the things which are happening, Mahaprabhu is remembering Haridas Thakur. So the Lord remembers every sincere sadhaka. Lord remembers every humble devotee. Although Haridas Thakur is sitting under Siddha Bakul in a solitary place, no one around, but because he is practicing, he is doing sincere bhajan, Mahaprabhu remembers him. So the Lord always provides for the needs of a sincere sadhaka. Ananya Shintayanto Mam Yejana Pariyupasate Tesham Nitya Abhyuktanam Yogakshemam Bhamyam. Krishna tells, I provide what my devotee has, what my devotee lacks, and I protect what my devotee has. So that's how the Lord, he is always taking care of all the devotees. So Haridas Thakur, he is sitting at one place and Mahaprabhu is personally arranging for everyone, and especially for Haridas Thakur. So then, as all these things are happening, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat and he is also honoring prasad along with all the devotees. Gopinath Acharya began distributing all the prasad. Swarup Damodar Goswami, Jagadananda Pandit, Damodar Pandit, they are all distributing. Even Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he would tell that prasad distribution should be done by the sannyasis or the seniors of the Madhya. because prasada distribution is the most important activity of serving devotees. It should be done with all the sensitivity, with very, very nice details. What should be given first, then what should be given, then sequence, and what etiquettes one should follow. So therefore, it is a duty of the senior devotees, as Saraswati Thakurji would tell. And here, all these senior devotees, they are serving prasad. Swarup Damodar Goswami, Jagadananda Pandit, and Damodar Pandit, they are all distributing prasad. There are many other devotees, they are all distributing with great pleasure. And then the devotees, they were eating up to their throats. They were given different types of rice and sweetmeats and the cakes and everything, and they are eating to their heart's content. Prabhupada writes, it is a practice of Vaishnavas while taking prasadam that they chant the names of the Lord. So all these devotees, as they were eating prasad, they were also chanting the holy names in between. So that is the devotee. He is not enjoying prasad. He is conscious that I am serving Krishna. And in between they chant the names of the Lord also. So Prabhupada writes about that. It is a practice of a Vaishnava that while taking prasadam, they chant the names of Lord Hari at intervals. And they also sing various songs like Sharira Vidyajal Janindriya Taheka. Prabhupada quotes this. And then Prabhupada writes that prasadam, it is not an ordinary food. It is transcendental. It is not an ordinary food which is cooked by people in the world. Because it is offered to the Lord, it becomes transcendental. Srila Prabhupada quotes this in first stanza of the Mahaprasade prayers. Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmani Vaishnave Swalpa Punyavatam Rajan Vishwasaneva Jayate. People who have not developed sufficient pious credits, they don't have faith in three things. Mahaprasad of the Lord, Nama, and Brahmanas. Mahaprasade Govinde, Nam, and Brahmani Vaishnava. They don't have faith in the devotees, they don't have faith in the names of the Lord, they don't have faith in the Mahaprasad of the Lord. It is not an ordinary thing to have developed faith in all these things. It requires lifetimes of devotional credits to develop faith in these three things. And these three things will deliver me. Swalpa punyavatam rajan vishwasu naiva jayate. Those who don't have sufficient pious credits, here pious credit means devotional credits. There are three types of pious credits. Sukriti, Bhogonmukhi Sukriti, Mokshonmukhi Sukriti, and Bhakti Unmukhi Sukriti. Bhogonmukhi Sukriti means a person who has not done sufficient pious activities. He cannot appreciate, he cannot even get sense gratificatory things. That is Bhogonmukhi. If somebody does nice things, then in the past, just like doing charity, doing helping people, he will not get chance to do sense gratification in this life also. That is called as Bhogonmukhi Sukriti. Mokshanmukhi means if somebody is not doing tapasya, if he has not done tapasya in the past life, that means practicing this ashtanga or gyan. In this life, he will not get a chance to practice bhakti, practice the same ashtanga yoga. And third and the most important is, if somebody has not served devotees, or if somebody has not practiced anything about devotional service, it will be difficult for him to practice bhakti in this life. So that is called as Bhakti Unmukhi Sukriti. So therefore, a person who has not done sufficient Sukriti of Bhakti, he will not be able to practice bhakti in this life. So therefore, it is described by Srila Prabhupada, Mahaprasade Govinde, Nama Brahmani Vaishnava, Swalpa Punyatam Rajan, Vishwasaneva Jayati. They will not develop the faith in this. Prabhupada continues. One should never consider prasadam to be like ordinary hotel cooking, nor should one touch any of the food not offered to the deity. Every Vaishnava strictly follows this principle and does not accept any food that is not prasadam. So that is how a devotee gives value to prasad. If prasad is not available, I will try not to eat anything else. Of course, in extreme conditions, in some situations, devotees may have to eat, but for sure, that should not become a recommendation. Only in extreme situations. Not just that, not because, this shop sells without onion garlic and makes very nice, tasty food. No, we should not. A devotee never eats anything which is not offered to the Lord, which is not made by the devotees, which is not offered to the Lord by the devotees. As much as possible, we should try to avoid these things. Prabhupada writes, last line, very important. By worshipping the deity, eating prasadam, and chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can always remain on the spiritual platform. Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. So Prabhupada mentions three things. By serving the deity, by eating prasad, and by chanting Hare Krishna mantra. These three things are very, very powerful. If a devotee develops faith in any of these three and does it with all the conviction, for sure one will advance very quickly. Prabhupada quotes this verse from Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. Brahma Bhuyaya means he gets situated, liberated. He is always on the platform, which is beyond the three modes. So when we are practicing the simple processes of bhakti, simple things we have to do, worship the Lord, chant the names of the Lord, and take prasad. That's sufficient to keep one on the spiritual platform. So then after all the devotees, they ate, they washed their hands and feet, and then Mahaprabhu, again he personally decorated all the devotees with sandalwood pulp and garlands. So that was the pleasure for the Lord to serve devotees, to worship devotees, and he would never leave an opportunity to serve the devotees. We heard how Mahaprabhu was in intense separation from the Lord during Anavasar, and he was there in Alarnath. But when he was informed that devotees are coming and they'll feel bad, they'll be sad if you're not there, Mahaprabhu just left all his devotional ecstasies. He didn't care about himself, just went to worship and serve the devotees. When Mahaprabhu was in Vrindavan with Balbhadra Bhattacharya, it was a dream of Mahaprabhu to go to Vrindavan. After taking sannyas, he tried many times to go to Vrindavan. Ultimately, he was in Vrindavan. And just after 2 months of staying in Vrindavan, all the devotees of Vrindavan, Brajvasis, they were coming and asking Balbhadra Bhattacharya, please arrange a meeting with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Please bring him to our home for prasad. And Balbhadra Bhattacharya was having a tough time managing all this. And he told Mahaprabhu, Pratah Kale Sarvaloka Toma Pashe Aaye, Toma Nahi Paye Lok Moro Matha Khaye. He says every day morning, The devotees, they come to meet you and you are not there. You go and you are roaming in 12 forests of Vrindavan and Toma nahi pae log mora mata hai. They are troubling me. I am really frustrated. Sahite na pare. I can't tolerate this. So Mahaprabhu didn't tell him that, look, who called you here? You came on your own, right? First of all, I didn't want you to come. And now you're telling me that I should leave this place. Mahaprabhu, he said, okay, but the devotee is not happy, we will leave this place. He left. And then he never went back to Vrindavan. So that is how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he would give so much of preference to serving devotees over his own ecstasies. And that is what Mahaprabhu expects from us also. When it comes to serving devotees, we should not see and care about the personal ecstasies. And that is what will please the Lord. So after accepting prasad, all the devotees, they went to take rest at their residences, and Mahaprabhu also left. He took rest. And then in the evening time, Ramanand Rai came to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu introduced, so all the devotees also came. Ramanand Rai came. Mahaprabhu introduced Ramanand Rai to all the Vaishnavas there. And then Mahaprabhu took everyone to Jagannath temple. Everyone had beautiful darshan of Lord Jagannath. And then they began the congregational chanting. That time, Dhoop Aarti was going on for the Lord. All of them had darshan of the Dhoop Aarti. And then Mahaprabhu began the Sankirtan. The superintendent of the temple came. He offered beautiful flower garland to the Lord and smeared the body of the Lord with sandalwood pulp. He gave garlands and sandalwood pulp to everyone. Then Mahaprabhu, he made 4 kirtan parties. Chari dike chari sampradaye kore na kirtan. Madhya nritya kore Prabhu Shachiranandan. So he made 4 kirtan parties. Every kirtan party had a lead dancer, lead singer, and he was surrounded by all these 4 kirtan parties, and Mahaprabhu was dancing in between. Madhya nritya kare Prabhu Shachirananda. In every kirtan party, there was 8 kartals. There were 2 mridangas, and there were 8 kartals. Total 32 kartals and 8 mridangas. Everybody was chanting loudly. And all the devotees, all the residents of Jagannath Puri, when they saw this beautiful kirtan, they all started chanting Bhala Bhala Bole. Everybody was saying, very good, wonderful. Kirtanera dhvani maha mangala uthila Chaturdasha loka bhari brahmanda bhedila. Kirtanera dhvani maha mangala uthila. The kirtan of this, the sound of this kirtan, it was so auspicious. Mahamangal. It created all good fortune everywhere. And this kirtan, the sound pierced the layers of the universe, went through all the 14 planetary systems. And as soon as this congregational chanting began, all the residents of Jagannath Puri could experience ecstatic love. Everyone came to this place to see this wonderful chanting and ecstatic love. Everyone was flooded with that. They had never experienced anything like this. Kirtan dekhi sabar mana hoila chamatkar, kabhu nahi dekhi aiche premera vikar. And when the devotees, all the residents of Jagannath Puri, they saw such kirtan and such dancing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They were astonished. Kirtan dekhi sabar mane hoila chamatkar. They were astonished. They had never seen such ecstatic emotions. Kabhu nahi dekhi hoy chhe premara vikar. They had never seen anyone exhibiting such ecstasies. तबे प्रभु जगन्नाथेर मंदिर बेड़िया प्रदक्षिणा कोरी बुलेना नर्तन कोरिया. So this chapter is entitled Beda. This part is called as Beda Kirtan pastimes. This chapter is also entitled, what is this Beda Kirtan? Beda means circumambulating the temple of Lord Jagannath. Beda. That is called as Beda Kirtan. So Mahaprabhu, for all these days, he would perform this Beda Kirtan. He would just surround and circumambulate the temple of Lord Jagannath. Tabe Prabhu Jagannathera Mandira Bediya. He would circumambulate the temple of Lord Jagannath and continuously he danced throughout the area. That's why it's called as Beda Kirtan. And as long as the circumambulation was performed, Mahaprabhu was dancing, all the four Kirtan parties, they were singing and dancing was happening. Everybody was just submerged in this Kirtan of the Lord. Mahaprabhu, he was exhibiting all the symptoms of ecstasy. Ashru pulaka kampa shveda gambhira hunkar premera vikara dekhi loke chamatkar. Ashru pulaka kampa shveda gambhira hunkar. Tears were coming out of the eyes. Ashru kampa. His whole body was trembling. Pulaka, there was transformation of ecstatic love. Shved, he was covered with sweat. Sometimes he would be very grave. Sometimes he would make loud sounds. And nobody had seen such ecstatic transformations. Everyone was astonished. Chamatkar. And the tears were not coming like drops. They were coming like syringes. Water coming out of the syringe. Pichkari dharajinu ashru nayane charidike loka sabha karoe snane. The tears were coming out of the Lord's eyes like syringes. And he was bathing everyone with the tears of love. It was a wonderful experience. Everybody was experiencing the same ecstatic transformations just by being covered by the tears of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Beda Kirtanam, Beda Nritya Mahaprabhu Karit Katakshan Mandire Pache Rahi Koroe Kirtan. After circumambulating the temple, Mahaprabhu, he would sometimes remained behind the temple, at the rear of the temple, and he would continue his kirtan. So that's how Mahaprabhu, he performed his wonderful pastime of Veda Kirtan. And all the four kirtan parties, they were singing very loudly. Charidike Chari Sampradaya Uchchaishware Gai Madhya Tandava Nritya Kore Gaur Rai. All around, the kirtan parties were singing loud sound. At the peak of their lungs, they were shouting kirtan. And in the middle, Madhya Nritya, Tandav Nritya Kore Gaur Rai. And Mahaprabhu was dancing in a very, very jubilant way, sometimes dancing and jumping high. And then after dancing for a long time, Mahaprabhu, he told all the other devotees that you dance. In all the groups, one devotee he appointed to dance. In one group, Nityanand Prabhu was dancing. Other group, Srivas Thakur was dancing. In third group, Prakreshwar Pandit was dancing. Fourth group, Advaita Acharya was dancing. In this way, as all the devotees are dancing, Mahaprabhu, he performed a miracle. He wanted to see all the Kirtan parties simultaneously. How can you see all the Kirtan parties simultaneously? Because there are 4 Kirtan parties there on 4 sides of Mahaprabhu. But Mahaprabhu, he performed this very astonishing feat. Chamatkar. Chari janir nritya dekhite prabhura abhilash. Se abhilashe kore aishwarya prakash. So Mahaprabhu, he wanted to see all the devotees, all the 4 Kirtan parties. So to fulfill that desire, Mahaprabhu, he exhibited his prakash. He exhibited his wonderful, miraculous pastime. He was there in Kirtan, and everyone was thinking that Mahaprabhu is looking at me only. Although he was at one place, looking at one side, but he manifested this wonderful miracle that everyone was thinking. It seemed that Mahaprabhu is looking at everyone. And everybody could see that Mahaprabhu is performing a miracle, but they did not know how is it that he could see all on all of the 4 sides. So that is the astonishing thing. And then Kaviraj Goswami tells, just like when Krishna was in Vrindavan, he would go to Vrindavan with millions of cowherd boys. And during lunchtime, Krishna would sit in the center, and all the cowherd boys, they would sit around like whorls of a lotus flower, but petals of a lotus flower. And they would be sharing, they would be telling, oh, Krishna, Krishna, my mother has sent this, so please take this. And Krishna would eat and he would give. And every boy would feel that Krishna is looking at me only. The same experience all the devotees were having in this Veda Kirtan pastime. Everybody was feeling that Mahaprabhu is looking at me only. And when somebody would come nearby in this wonderful ecstatic phase, Mahaprabhu would embrace him very tightly and he would experience the emotions all the more. And as all this dancing is happening, all the people of Jagannath Puri, they came and they saw this wonderful ecstasy. They also got excited, ecstatic. Now the kirtan is really loud. With all the people of Jagannath Puri, with 32 kartals, 8 mridangas, kirtan was really going louder and louder. Prataprudra Maharaj, he heard this. He went to the top of his palace to see what is happening. And he was astonished to see the kirtan which Mahaprabhu was doing. And as he saw Mahaprabhu dancing wonderfully, his desire to meet Mahaprabhu increased all the more. He was already so eager. He was already telling Sarvam Bhattacharya, I want to meet, please do some arrangement. And Mahaprabhu was not allowing. And when Sarvam Bhattacharya saw this wonderful form of the Lord dancing, his ecstasy, his eagerness increased all the more. And then after some time, the Sankirtan ended. Mahaprabhu, he came in front of Lord Jagannath. He watched the offering of the flowers. Pushpa Abhishek was happening. Mahaprabhu saw all this wonderful Abhishek, offering of the flowers to the Lord. And then everyone returned to the residence. Superintendent of the temple, he brought large quantity of Mahaprasad. Mahaprabhu personally distributed to all the devotees. So it was a daily routine. Every day they would perform such wonderful kirtan. And then in the end they would go take rest. Again, next day, the same wonderful ecstatic. Every day this was the schedule. And devotees were jubilant. Kevala Ananda Kanda. That is only bliss, nothing less than bliss. Life was full of bliss. The devotees of Navadvip, they would spend 4 months in a year in Jagannath Puri, dancing, singing, and being with Mahaprabhu. That was the level of devotion. Work for 8 months and 4 months yatra. Every day they were with Mahaprabhu. After describing this wonderful Veda Kirtan pastimes, Kaviraj Goswami gives a benediction to whoever hears this. Eita kahilo Prabhu Kirtana Vilas Ihai Iba Yeha Shune Hai Chaitanya Radas Eita kahilo Prabhu Kirtan Vilas Yeva Iha Shune Hai Chaitanya Radas. In this way, I have described this wonderful ecstatic kirtan pastimes of the Lord. Anyone who hears these wonderful narrations, he will become the servant of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for sure. That is the benediction Kaviraj Goswami gives. And the kirtan, the chapter ends as usual by offering obeisances at the lotus feet of Roop and Raghunath. Shri Roop Raghunath Padeyarvas Chaitanya Charitāmrta Kahe Krishnadas. So that's how Mahaprabhu, he performed his wonderful pastime of Kirtan. And he drowned all the devotees in the ecstasy of Kirtan of the Lord. So that is the end of the 11th chapter. The 12th chapter is the cleansing of Gundicha temple. Another very, very beautiful temple, beautiful chapter. Lots of wonderful devotional etiquettes are described in this chapter. In this chapter, Kaviraj Goswami will describe Prataprudra Maharaj, his anxiety is increasing to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ultimately, devotees, they had to do something. They told Mahaprabhu, please meet the son of Prataprudra. Ultimately, he met and Prataprudra Maharaj embraced his son. And he experienced the same emotions as meeting Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Mahaprabhu performed this wonderful cleansing of Gundicha temple. And then so many things are described in this chapter. Like every chapter, Kaviraj Goswami begins this chapter by offering prayers to Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in this first verse, Kaviraj Goswami, he offers this beautiful benediction, beautiful obeisances. He says, Shri Gundicha Mandiram Atma Vrindai Sammarjayan Shalanata Sagaura Swachittavashilatam Shitalam Ujjwalam Cha Krishnopaveshopaikam Chakara Shri Gundicha Mandiram Atma Vrindai. So Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Atma Vrindai, along with his associates, he cleansed the temple of Gundicha, Sri Gundicha Mandiram, Atma Vrindai Sammarjayan. He cleansed the temple of Gundicha along with his devotees and associates, Swachittavat. He cleansed the temple of Gundicha just like his own heart. Swachittavat. What is the quality of the chitta, the heart of Lord? Shitalam and Ujjwalam Cha. Cool and effulgent, bright. The heart of the Supreme Lord. Nothing less than, supremely pure. So the Lord cleansed the temple of the Lord, the Gundicha temple, like his own heart. As Mahaprabhu tells in one of the verses in Chaitanya Charitāmrita, Annera Hridaya Man Mora Man Vrindavan Mane Vane Eka Parijani. For others, their mind and their heart are different. For me, or my mind is Vrindavan. They are same. So therefore, Lord, He is supremely pure, and He in this beautiful chapter of Gundicha Mahajan, through his activity of cleaning the temple, He is giving us so many wonderful instructions. Swachittavat Shitalam Ujwalam Cha Krishna Upavesho Paikam Chakara. Unless the heart is cleansed, how can Krishna enter the heart? Unless the place is cleansed, how can you bring the deity of the Lord there? So, Lord, made this temple spick and span, brightly clean. Kaviraj Goswami continues this description by offering obeisances to Panchatattva. He says, Jaya Jaya Gaura Chandra, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya 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 Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So he offers obeisances to Panchatattva, and then he specially offers obeisances to all these Panchatattva. Why? In third verse it says, Jaya Jaya Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktagan, Shakti Deha Koriyena Chaitanya Varnan. All the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, headed by Srivas Thakur, Shakti Deha. Please empower me. I beg. Kori Yena Chaitanya Varnan. Why I want this power? So that I can describe the wonderful pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Without mercy of the devotees, nothing is possible. Kaviraj Goswami, who is writing the PhD literature, he is begging again and again throughout Chaitanya Caritāmrta. We find many places where he is making this request to the devotees. Please be satisfied with me. Please bless me. Please give me powers. Chota Bada Bhaktagan Bando Shaba Sri Charan Sabe Mura Kora Santosh. Shri Rupa Gosainyata Rupa Raghunatha Janiyata Tai Likhi Nahi Muradosh. He says, Chota Bhaktagan, Bada Bhaktagan. Either you are a small devotee or a big devotee, please be satisfied with me. Pando Sabha Sri Charan, I offer my obeisances, I take the dust of each and every devotee on my head. Because if you don't give mercy, how will I write? Shri Rupa Gosainyata, Shri Rupa Raghunatha Janiyata Tai Likhi Nahi Muradosh. I'm just writing whatever instructions I have received from Rupa and Raghunath, and for that, to fulfill that instruction, I need blessings of everyone. So this is a consistent theme of Kaviraj Goswami, the mood of humility. I don't deserve any of this. I have no powers. Only because the devotees are showing mercy, they are giving me orders. That's why I'm able to do something. So again in this verse, Shakti Deha Kori Yena Chaitanya Varnam. That's why please give me, I beg for the power so that I can write the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ami Vriddha Jaratu Likhite Ka Paikar Mani Kichu Smarane Na Hoye Na Dekhiye Nayane Na Suniye Shravane Tabu Likhiye Bada Vismay. Says, I don't know how I'm writing. My hands are trembling. I can't see. I can't hear. I can't remember anything. Tabu likhiye bada vismay. You know why this is happening? Why I'm able to write? Because the devotees of Vrindavan, headed by Haridas Thakur, Pandit Haridas, they have given me instructions. Otherwise, who am I? All the devotees are giving me instructions. That's why I'm writing. So that is the mood of Kaviraj Goswami. And with this, he continues this 12th chapter, the cleansing of the Gundicha temple. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had returned from South India, Pratap Rudra Maharaj was anxious to meet Lord. And he had told Sarvam Bhattacharya, when Lord comes, please arrange a meeting for me. And he sent a letter to Sarvam Bhattacharya. appealing again, please make arrangements so that I can meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sarvam Bhattacharya wrote back. He said, Mahaprabhu has not given orders, permission. You can't meet him. Again, Prataprudra Maharaj wrote a letter to Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya. And what he writes in that letter is really touching the heart of all the devotees. That is the eagerness of a practicing devotee to achieve the Lord. That's the only qualification to receive the mercy of the Lord. Eagerness and determination. Earlier also, Prataprudra Maharaj, he had told Sarvam Bhattacharya personally, यदि से महाप्रभु ना पाई कृपाधन किबा राज्य किबा देह सब कारण. He had told, I want to meet. If I don't meet Mahaprabhu, what is the use of my kingdom? What is the use of this wealth? What is the use of this life? He is writing letter to Sarvam Bhattacharya, who is in Jagannath Puri. Again and again he is writing. And second letter, what is he writing? Prabhura nikate ache yata bhaktagan mora lagi tasabar koriha nivedan. This is very, very important. This shows Prataprudra Maharaj is not an ordinary devotee. He's not a new devotee. The ordinary person, ordinary devotee who thinks that he is a devotee, he feels, मेरे और भगवान के बीच में कोई नहीं आना चाहिए. I can approach Lord directly. But a devotee knows. एकाकी अमर नहीं पाए बल हरिनाम संकीर्तने तुम्ही कृपा करी श्रद्धा बिंदु दिया देहो कृष्ण नाम धने. So here, Prataprudra Maharaj, he is in such high level of consciousness. He is saying, Prabhu nikate ache yata bhaktagan. Please appeal to all the devotees who are associated with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Moralagi tasabar koriha nivedan. Please tell all of them to petition on my behalf. If the devotees pray to the Lord, Lord will definitely show mercy. This is not an ordinary realization. This realization may take lifetimes. I am depending on devotees for everything. Alone, I have nothing. We may say like that, but to really realize that, it is another thing altogether. Prataprudra Maharaj is realizing this. He knows now nobody can help me. Only devotees can help me. Jnanavalambaka kechit karmavalambaka vayam tu haridasanam padatranavalambaka. Some people, they take shelter of jnana. Some people take shelter of karma. As far as I am concerned, we are concerned, devotee says, vayam tu haridasanam padatranavalambaka. We are taking shelter of the slippers of the devotees, not just lotus feet, the slippers. So this is the most important attitude, the attitude of dependence. Alone I am nothing. Alone I can't achieve. Alone I have no hope for deliverance. And that's why throughout Bhagavatam, again and again, the devotees, even after getting darshan of the Lord, they're asking for association of devotees. Just like Prahlad Maharaj tells, Soham priyasya surida paradevataya lila kathastav narsimha virincha gita anjasti tarmyan grinan guna vipramukto durganite padayugalayaham sasangaha. Please give me a chance to be in association of your devotees, because I will naturally and easily cross this ocean of material existence in association. I will not even realize, because I will be absorbed in Mahamrita Ganamukta. Dhruva Maharaj also speaks the same thing. Bhakti mo prabhatam tvaime prasango bhuyadananta mahatam amalashayana yenanga solbanamuro vyasanam bhavabdim neshe bhavad gunakatham ritapana mattaha. He also says the same thing. Please give me association of devotees again and again. I want to practice bhakti in association of devotees, and I'll easily cross this ocean of material existence. That is a mode of dependence. So here Prataprudra Maharaj is showing the mode of dependence on devotees. Se sab dayalu more hoiya sadai, more lagi prabhu pade koribe vinay. O Vaishnavas, please be merciful to me, and on my behalf, please petition. Please pray to lotus feet of Lord. Submit my petition at the lotus feet of Lord on my behalf. तासाबार प्रसादे मिलिए श्री प्रभु पाए प्रभु कृपा बिना मोर राज्य नहीं भाई. And then he reveals his heart. तासाबार कृपा मिले. If you all show mercy, prasad, I'll get the lotus feet of Lord Sri Chaitanya. But if I don't get lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya, this entire kingdom is not at all giving me any pleasure. Same thing he had earlier told to Sarvam Bhattacharya. Yadi say Mahaprabhurna Pai Kripadhan Kiba Rajya Kiba Deha Sabha Karan. What is the use of this kingdom? What is the use of this body if I can't get the mercy of Lord? And then he says very strongly, says Yadi More Kripana Koribe Gaur Hari Rajya Chadi Hoi Yogi Hoi Hoiba Bhikhari. He says, I will give up my kingdom. I will become sannyasi. I'll become a beggar if Mahaprabhu doesn't show mercy. When Bhattacharya received this letter, he read this letter, he became completely anxious because he was a king. If he leaves the kingdom, becomes a beggar, who will take care of the kingdom? He took this letter to all the devotees immediately. And when the devotees read this, they heard this letter, they were astonished to see the dedication and the love which this king has for Mahaprabhu. Patri dekhi sabar mane hoila vismay, Prabhu pade gajpati raeta bhakti hoy. They were astonished to see how can this king develop such attraction and devotion for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It was astonishing for them. So the devotees, they were thinking what to do. Because they knew the Lord will never meet the king. And if we requested him again, he would feel unhappy. So what to do now? Sarvam Bhattacharya, he told all of them, we should go at least once more again. This time we'll do something different. Even to get mercy of the Lord, the devotees sometimes they play some tricks. This is transcendental. This is not ordinary trick. Sarvam Bhattacharya tells, this time we'll go in front of the Lord and we'll not tell the Lord to meet the king. We will just glorify the wonderful behavior and characteristics of the king in front of the Lord. So they all agreed, yes, yes, yes. That is a wonderful decision. So they all reached Mahaprabhu's place. And although they all were ready to speak, when they were in front of the Lord, nobody could utter even a single word. They were all confused how to speak this. And Mahaprabhu, when he saw all of them, he asked, well, what do you have to say? Please tell me. I see that you want to say something, but you are not speaking. What is the reason? So Mahaprabhu would see that they want to speak something, but they're not speaking. What is happening? So all the devotees, they had to speak something. So we'll discuss next time how they presented the case of Prataprudra Maharaj. We'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai.